Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tamirab Studio. In today's live painting session, I will work on a figure sketch. It should be pretty quick. I'm going to use watercolor and I'm going to use oil pastels to do my line work and to add some texture and interest to my sketch. Uh, you should see my reference photo. I have a piece of watercolor paper that I already did a very light wash on with watercolor. I just want to fill the page, get rid of the white. It's a really good technique to kind of eliminate the fear of white page and have a head start on your sketch. And if you want to know more about figure sketching, you can take my class on Udemy or Skillshare. I teach figure sketching, fast figure sketching techniques. So if you're interested in that subject, you're welcome to learn more from my class. So I'm going to start painting my model. I'm kind of intensifying the colors that I already have on paper. And I'm at the same time, I forgot my paper towel. At the same time, I'm trying to vary the color. I don't want it the same tone everywhere, so I'm just dropping in different colors. I have yellow, I have yellow ochre that didn't vary too much. Maybe I'll use a little bit of quinacridone gold. That's a good color for blonde hair. Maybe a little green. I tend to make my sketches pretty colorful, and I mean that's just the style I work in. So here's our hair, and we need to intensify the wash on the face using some Crimson Lake. And I'm just kind of slightly squinting when looking at the model. I'm trying to see big shapes. And the wash, I don't want to spend too much time on. I want to get to my line work with my pastels. And notice that I don't use brown. I don't like those kind of earth tones, mineral pigments that much. I do use them sometimes, but I think it's better to mix like blacks and browns. So I'm using magenta mixed with Scarlet Lake. Show her dress. A bit of turquoise for her scarf. It's good to have contrast of warm and cool colors. Run it down here and add some more skin tone for the legs. It's very loose, very kind of expressive approach. I allow colors to mix. This is actually the intensity I want. It kind of takes a little bit to warm up, so bear with me. I might have to do a second wash to get the color intensity, because oil pastels are going to be pretty saturated, so you don't want your sketch to be wimpy. And if you mess up, you can always kind of correct it as you go. I feel I need some purple somewhere. Let's use this cobalt purple for the shadow side. Use it on this leg as well. And drop a little bit on the face. A little bit on the hair. It's good to use the same color all over your sketch to unify it. That helps to unify. We need darker shade here. and it's much darker here, so we need to drop more color here, but I didn't paint her arm, so let's add some skin tone for the arm, the hand, and this hand. Okay, that's pretty good to start with for the initial wash. I want to brighten her hair a little bit. Maybe brighten her shirt as well. Let's mix a little more magenta with Crimson Lake. We don't want wimpy colors, we want them to be bright and saturated. And her skirt. And I want to see, she has that colorful cloth right here, like a what you call the shawl. So I want to throw some color down here as well, and that will show us also that she's sitting on something. Take it down this way and mix it with some mineral violet. And I want to throw in the same what you call it, turquoise, right? Throw it in here, and her scarf kind of started to disappear. We can add a little more color here. Maybe blue shadow on the scarf. See, when we use only one color, everything looks flat. As soon as you drop in the second color, it comes to life. Okay. And I have conveniently some shadow here already. I probably need something here, maybe get a bigger brush. Just for interest, you know, it's not like a requirement, and I'm splattering, but that's good. Let's splatter it more. I like to have texture in my painting, and I just want to balance her hair kind of on the bottom a little bit. I just run a little wash down here, connect it to the top, show that she has some light on this side. Okay. A little texture here as well with yellow. And if you get drops like that, you can always kind of make them more watercolory by spraying some water. Okay, I think the wash is good. Maybe just a bit of darken it on this side just a bit with my giant brush. Okay. Now we're going to do some line work with oil pastels. I have my set right here. And let's decide which colors we're going to use. I know this brown will be good for the face. We'll probably throw in some purple lines. And let's see, blue or green, so, or maybe red. Let's do red. Okay, and we can always adjust as we go. So maybe a few lines on the hair. You don't want everywhere. You want to keep it three-dimensional, not just surrounded by, you know, lines. And I like to exaggerate here, give it more movement, gives more movement to my sketch. And there's a very hot shadow where the light hits her face, so I think red will be good for this area. And I see a very hot red shadow here. Go back to brown for the features. She's kind of turned away from us. And see, the pastels are pretty thick, so it helps me not to go into too many details. Okay, and she's gonna look funny because I messed up her chin, but we can always make corrections. Let's see what we need to do here. So the chin will be lower actually. I'll fix it with my red. And there will be this shadow is going to be lower. And this is going to be like a hint of the eye on this side. And I guess if you find it hard to draw with thick sticks like that, you can always sharpen them. What if we use some black? Maybe just a bit. It mixes nicely with purple, so it's not black. Okay, and now continue working on her hair. I need a cooler tone. I should switch to purple. Show her hair on this side, how it kind of falls along the face. And this will be her scarf. And this will be her shoulder. I continue to describe the form, so everything I do is aimed at describing the form the best way I can. That's the whole purpose of this exercise. And it's a balance between soft washes and pastel and kind of sharper oil pastels. Soft watercolor washes and pastels. Did I say that? Okay. So that's her face. Let's see. We will go down and define this shape a little better. Show all the folds and wrinkles on the dress. And I barely painted her arms, so I need to do that. Maybe give her a few fingers to show that she's holding her hands. So this will be here. I feel like I need to switch. I don't like the same color everywhere. So here's her, this hand. And this is this hand with the fingers that she's holding. And let's show her knee. It's a bit tricky. It's very foreshortened. It's kind of looking towards us, but just sketching what I see. Okay, and on this side, we'll do the leg. I think the knee needs to come out a little more. We can correct that. And the boot will be somewhere here. And I can correct that in a second. Okay, let's look at her. Okay, what else do I want? Maybe I want a bit of blue for the shadows on the scarf. That's way light, but it's okay. And show the trim on the scarf. I like that blue. I'm gonna drop it into her hair as well, so we don't have that purple like everywhere. Yeah, blue really helps to unify everything. Hint at this. This has some fringe as well. I feel like I need to show that she's actually sitting on something, so I'm going to show the stool. And I'm not going to do anything here. This can be kind of like a hint at the cloth. And let's do another very quick watercolor wash just to intensify the colors in the background. So I'm gonna drop some mineral violet, my go-to for shadows, on figure. It really works well with skin tones, basically with any skin tone. First, let's do it on. Let's deepen the shadows on her dress. I'll start with that. So maybe a few here. Watercolor is not going to stick to oil pastels, but that creates additional texture and interest. And you might have seen other videos I did on my channel. And by the way, I hope you subscribe. I painted a German Shepherd puppy, and I painted it with watercolor and oil pastels, and actually used oil pastels as resist instead of masking. It's a really handy technique if you want to save time and do something different, you know, that nobody else does. Okay, let's see. And if you messed up something like I did initially, her mouth, don't go over it like 100 times, because you will only attract attention to it. Leave it kind of like as a hint. It's always better than to have like a big dark blob there. That's impossible to do anything with. Okay, just continue to darkening some shadows on the figure. Bring them down. And there's, her boot needs to be darker, but I want to neutralize it maybe with some orange. Just bold strokes here and there. Fix this situation, but still leave it kind of as a hint. Maybe do something here. And I feel that this area is still not dark enough. I need to push it back somehow. Maybe add some more blue to it. Cool colors tend to push things into the background. Okay, there's darken this. And I'm kind of messing with it already. I should stop because it's a quick sketch. Maybe give her something, some ground to sit on. And I think we're done. Always sign your work if you like it. And that's it for today. It was a quick figure sketch with watercolor and oil pastels. I hope you subscribe to my channel and you watch. I regularly live stream on my channel and I post educational videos. So hopefully to see you at Tammy Studio next time. Thank you so much.